Okay, so here's a common mistakes that a lot of investors make, and this is, interestingly enough, not just beginning investors, but I've seen veteran investors make this. And here's what they do: they negotiate a deal. They come to some kind of a firm price with the seller, they agree upon it, and the conversation ends something like this: when can I see the property so we can get a contract signed? Or when is a good time to sign the contract? And the seller says something like, well, let's just meet there, let's say it's Monday, let's meet there Friday after work. Or the seller says something along the lines, well, I could meet you to sign the contract, 5-6 days from now. And here's what happens so many times. In that 5-6 days, something takes place. Seller gets contacted by someone else inadvertently. Seller realizes, wow, I got a real cash offer here. Maybe I need to call somebody else and check it out. Maybe they come across a realtor that they start talking to. They sell this price, and they tell them the price they're going to sell it at, and all of a sudden, here's what happens. All of a sudden, the price changes. So now Friday comes along, 5 days later or 4 days later from the time that you got that deal. Friday comes along, and guess what? The seller doesn't even appear at that inspection. Or Friday comes along, and you're ready to meet the seller, and you're confirming, and all of a sudden they're like, well, I talked to a realtor, happened to run into him yesterday, and instead of selling it for 100, they're telling me they could sell it for 150. Here's the bottom line: if you have a price negotiated, do whatever you got to do immediately to get that contract. Whether you email it to them, keep them on the phone, have them e-sign it immediately, or you drive to that person's house within a couple hours to get it signed, or you go meet them, or worse, FedEx overnight if those other two things don't work. But never, ever, ever let the signing of a contract get in the way of you doing a deal. So don't ever let the time that you negotiate the deal to the time you sign the deal, don't let time pass. Do whatever you got to do to get it immediately. So guys, you know what I do? A couple things. One, I do tons and tons of deals, literally thousands of deals in my 15-plus real estate career, and consistently, week in and week out, closing more deals, all the way from the East Coast here in Georgia, all the way to operations in the West Coast in California. The second thing is I have a one-on-one private coaching program where I work with investors literally all over the United States and really at this point overseas and help them become a lot more successful as investors. So to learn more about how I can personally help you, two ways to get a hold of me. Either go to my website, www.coachingbypeter.com, or send the word coaching directly to my cell phone at 404-915-9685. Remember, time is of an essence when doing contracts.